My name's Gould. I'm one of the directors at Bluefruit and I've been there for just over a year. So when I first moved down to Cornwall, I was working for a company based out of London and I was working remotely. And when I decided that I wanted to work more locally, I think that was about 5 years ago, and I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know if there was any jobs. I thought maybe I'd have to work remote for somewhere else again. And so that was probably one of the biggest challenges of trying to figure out where I could do kind of a director level stuff down here. But luckily I kind of got to know the network. So at the time Software Cornwall wasn't around, but I got to know people through different networking things. And then once you kind of tap into the network, it was great because people introduced me to other people, and that's how I met Paul at Bluefruit and ended up with that job. I think in the last few years there's been a major increase in the amount of tech-focused events, which means that you're able to network with the right people. So a few years ago you'd go to events and you wouldn't know if the people you wanted to talk to were there or not, whereas now there's events like this where you know everyone in the room might be somebody that's interesting to talk to. So that's made a big difference, one of the value you get from the day, but also I think of people's interest in coming to events like this, because they know there will be other tech people there. They're not going to have to be talking to people that want to sell them something. I think the more we can get together and meet with other businesses in Cornwall, the better it is. I've made some great connections today with lots of companies that knew we were around but didn't know exactly what we did, and being able to talk to them about what kind of projects we might be able to work on together has been really interesting. I think maybe having more casual events, more targeted talks, so maybe picking a particular subject where people can really get stuck in. It would help me get more engineers to some of these events if they knew it was more around problem solving and less about networking. So some things like that where we're kind of solving a challenge or a problem, that could be really cool. Yeah, so I've been really impressed with some of the talks from the startups that are happening around Cornwall at the moment. I think it's really fun and interesting, especially to show people who've come down from like Tech Nation upcountry from London to say, look, we've got startups doing things in AI, blockchain and satellite navigation and a lot of the things that I don't think they would expect from somewhere like Cornwall. So just that little bit of a reminder of kind of how innovative we are, even if we're a smaller sector.